what their opponent today has a spot in the top 25. The Tar Heels ready to get this thing started and open the season. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. So the UCF Knights offense will get the first possession of the game. You know, that connection between quarterback and wide receiver, Jesse, takes some time, and we'll see how quickly these two guys get on the same page.
Yeah, the chemistry between he and the quarterback, I think, is what everybody's going to be looking for early in this game, because David, obviously, having transferred in, he hasn't had a lot of time in this offense. This is his first game. It's the first time doing it with bullets flying live, so he's got a lot of talent. He's got speed, but what does that chemistry look like with the guy throwing him the football? That's what I want to see.
Well, and the good thing is you've got tape and you've seen he's done it at the college level. Like, you already know what he is. Now it's about taking that, using his strengths. How do you use him in this offense early on in the season to really take advantage of his talents?
Quarterback on the keeper. Oh, he's got some space. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43. The Knights, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again.
This is an offense that can move the sticks in a whole lot of different ways. Now you're seeing it on the option here. Great job by the quarterback. Reading the defense, there's nobody there taking him, so he puts his foot in the ground, he gets upfield, and he's got really nice elusiveness once he's out in the open field. He shows you that on that explosive play, picking up the first.
Fires to the big fella. And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a bigger gain. The Knights come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. At the 35, he's open. Ripping through the defense. Touchdown, UCF! He got loose and it was lights out after that. They strike first, and that opening drive of the season could not have gone better.
And every team has their script, and they want to get the game off on this foot, and they want to make sure that they have balance and get these plays in and assert the line of scrimmage. Run the football, and they do. They create the explosive run, and they open this football game with a touchdown.
Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So the North Carolina Tar Heels offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. This guy has all of the battle scars. He's got all of the trust of his team, David, as he has been their leader, their warhorse throughout his career.
Yeah, and we've seen him. He's been very productive. He's proven his worth in college football, but now he's taking his talents to a new team. And now he's got to show them what he's about. Great opportunity to start it off. Can he be the guy? Can he be the catalyst that takes this team to the next level?
He really is a guy you root for, too, I think, because he's waited his turn. He's found the right opportunity in the right situation. This is a guy everybody in the locker room absolutely loves. He has the ability to galvanize them and an opportunity to galvanize this fan base early in the season with a big game here right out of the gate.
And the Tar Heels come to the line with a new set of downs. Lopez wants to fire. Makes the catch. It smothers. He'll go out of bounds inside the 40. They'll mark it at the 39. The Tar Heels are rolling down the field. The give to the back. Crosses the 30. He's got a lane. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, North Carolina! There's a reason they call this dude a big playmaker. Moments just like that one.
Big-time playmaker. Can make plays all over the field from all different spots. That's why you got to find ways to give him touches as much as possible, because he'll make it happen.
And he takes this from inside the 5. UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? Last time they had it, they were backed up in their own end, marched right down the field and scored, and now they'll try to do that once again. Hammers ahead for a yard out to the 12. Let's take just a minute here and talk about UCF. The good news about starting the season outside the top 25, not a lot of lofty expectations expectations. You can sneak up on a few teams, but sooner or later, you're going to want to get that attention and get into those rankings.
A lot more, but it's not impossible. In recent years, you saw it with Indiana coming out of absolutely nowhere. You saw it back in the day with USF. You've seen it with Rutgers. Like, in the past, you can do it. You can put it together, gain some momentum, but it starts with this game right here.
TCU reached the national championship game a few years back. No one expected much of them that season either, so you never know. But what's important is what people believe inside your own locker room. This team thinks they can do some really special things this year, and they get a chance to start strong here in week 1.
All right, guys, let's talk a little UCF. A big-name running back, always a great get in the recruiting world. 4-star running back they got last week. Seems as if he'll fit in nicely here.
Oh, he's going to be a great fit. I mean, when you get a great player like that, the whole fan base gets jacked up. You see it all over social media, and it starts to build some momentum in your recruiting class.
From the gun, they'll give it on the inside.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense. And if you can't get bludgeoned, you can't get physically beat at the point of attack, you know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So then getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
We're off to a fast start here. Offenses are humming as we're in the final minute of the first quarter. He'll do it himself. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7. Tried to pound it on first down, now back to the line. Let's send the tight end in motion. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. It's been punch, counter-punch throughout the early part of this game as we take a look at the first quarter stats. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. He's going for the big play. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down. The Knights will line up to punt it away. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. There is a lot of real estate in front of this offense as the ball is touched dead at the 5. North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. The handoff to Johnson. Follows a good block there, picks up 3s out to the 9. Let's take a minute and talk about North Carolina. The portal can work wonders if you have specific holes to fill. Breathe a little new life and energy into the program. David, these guys went in there, got a nice little haul that really could set them up for success this season.
They did, and they didn't go bonkers and go crazy, Jesse. I like how they just saw a couple guys that they thought fit their system, fit their culture, and now they're bringing them in so they can rise the tide of this team.
Yeah, this feels like a curated roster, right? They only had a few holes that they had to fill up, but they went out, they put their effort into finding the right guy. They feel like they've upgraded their roster with just a few portal additions.
And the offense back on the field, ready to dial up ball plays. Off the play fake on first down, the throw. Quarterback can pull the trigger, and down he goes at the 41. The Knights now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Back to pass on 2nd down. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
Well, the offense just set themselves up in a bad situation on this one. 2nd and 3rd and long, there's not a lot of guesswork. Defense knows they're throwing the football, and you can tell them that pass rush, man. They were coming.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Creates a little room. He'll go out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Big pickup there, and this offense is feeling it. And they'll send out the field goal unit. And he's going to have to get into this football. This is a 53-yard attempt. And it took everything he had, but he barely gets it in there. And with that field goal, they now have the lead.
How nice is it as a head coach to have a kicker like this? It makes these decisions on 4th down so much easier. Just strut up.
Oh, what vision. Can they catch him?
exciting because you don't see them very often. You got to go so many yards, 80, 90 yards at a time. What a great job by the returners, showing the speed, providing the electricity. There's a reason they're all jacked up, and it's because of that awesome kickoff return.
He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. Man, how comforting is it to know that even if your offense stalls out a little, Jesse, that field goal kicker can knock it in from a long way out.
Well, he's one of the best in the country, Reese, no doubt. But this offense would like him and prefer for him to kick an extra point on this drive. And to do that, David, they've got to have more rhythm on offense.
Yeah, create some more rhythm, create some more explosive plays, and maybe some more balance. And listen, it's nice to have that weapon and kick long field goals. If you kick too many field goals, you don't get very many W's.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. They'll run play action. Here comes the heat. Quickly to the tight end. He goes out of bounds right at the 37-yard line. A good, productive play there to get things going. The Knights come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll keep it on the ground. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much on 1st down at 2nd and 9. Looking to fire. Pressure coming. Didn't have much of a choice there, but to get rid of it.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
And they'll miss the connection here on 3rd down. The Knights will punt it away on 4th down. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He'll take it on the return. He gets a block. Touchdown, UNC! Special teams coming through, the 3rd aspect of the game, delivering big time. That return man saw daylight the instant the ball touched his hands, and he darted to it and took it to the house.
And Reese, I think it's one of the hardest things to do in football, to catch the ball as all these guys are flying around you, and you got to take it, make a miss, try to find spaces and creases that aren't there. Great job making a huge play. Special teams and punt returns coming up big.
Now the UCF offense ready to go back to work. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32. He now has 53 yards rushing in this first half, and he is making quite the impression in the opener. They'll give it to the back. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Now, if you want to run the ball up the middle, you're going to have to block that guy. I mean, nobody even touched him, and he slanted right into the backfield, made the tackle for loss.
Now the play fake. Rushes on him. Under heat, and he gets rid of it. Whistle blows. We are at the 2-minute timeout, and man, oh man, could these guys use a score to cut into this lead. Now this offense facing a 3rd and long from their own 30. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. Finds a man in the middle. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. Wants to go up top on first down. Using his feet to buy time. Inside the 40. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down. The Knights want to move quickly. Looking downfield on first down. Throws to the wideout. Got it in the middle. It's James. He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line. A terrific catch and run before he stopped. The Knights have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. He'll pull it on the read.
As an offense, you're okay with that. You're going to run option plays, and sometimes you're going to bust it big, but sometimes you don't necessarily read it correctly, get some positive yards, and then we come back and we do it all over again with different reads against the different defense.
Pushes ahead. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Knights!
So nice to have the run game, so nice to trust in it, so nice to cut this game to a one-possession game. Halftime now becomes a lot more bearable. Coaches ain't yelling and screaming. We got to get this fixed, but we got some positive mojo on our side.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Makes a move. He's out of bounds at the 37-yard line, and a really nice job to set up this offense with good field position. They'll snap it from the 37 for the first play of this drive. Running back searching for a hole. Gets it past the marker. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down. Lopez to pass. Floats it out in space. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. And the Tar Heels with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Pulls it in. It's Shipp. He gets it inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 29, and they are rolling. From the 30-yard line on 1st down. To the air on 1st down. Makes the catch. It's Black. Inside the 15, out of bounds at the 14-yard line. The offense looking for a score. The Tar Heels will snap it on 1st and 10. They'll throw it from the red zone. He's moving out of the pocket. Touchdown, Tar Heels! Made the grab in the end zone for the score.
But how big is that for this offense? Put a nice drive together, get the touchdown, add to this lead already. Everything right now, Palmer, going their way.
Yeah, that was as good a 2-minute type situation as you could have offensively. And David, they've got so many weapons on this offense. They practice these situations all the time, and they put it to work here at the end of the first half.
He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. They'll try the run. Look out, he's got room. Gets it to the 37. Clock stops to move the chains. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Looking to throw on 1st down. He lets it fly. Hits him in stride at the 10. Touchdown, UCF! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
That's a huge play for the offense because it keeps this thing one possession. They're going to be receiving first in the 3rd quarter, and if they can keep this thing moving, all of a sudden they may have the lead here very soon.
First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Knights will boot away to start the 2nd half. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The North Carolina offense returns to the field. Quarterback and running back set up in the pistol. They'll start the 3rd quarter with the run. Came through like a shot and knocked him down for a loss of 5. Tough way to start this drive. Now they'll try to fix it on 2nd and 15. On the ground, it's Smothers. Breaks into the open. Stumbled to the ground.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Forced to just throw it away on 3rd down, and now they face 4th. What a turning point this could be. The offense is going for it inside its own. He's got it. 1st down and more. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. Handoff to the lone back. They stop him cold, maybe gets a yard to the 34. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. How bold will they be on third down after that last run? Lopez wants to fire. Coming through that third down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43. And the Tar Heels are on the move.
Wow, the quarterback knew he had to get that one to his receiver quickly on the in route. Did you see the velocity on that throw?
And I like the quarterback making the decision quickly. I'm going to give it. I'm not going to throw the football off the RPO and just let my back get some positive yards. You're getting 5+ yards. That is a great job by the offense. Continue to stick with it.
A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down.
Nice route there by the tight end, making it real easy for his quarterback to find an easy completion.
Power football with the run. Nice pickup on the ground there. They'll move the sticks for the first down. This defense just can't get off the field. The offense unstoppable. With the catch, it's Smothers.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. And a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive yards.
Takes a handoff. It's Smothers. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line. Ball's at the 27. It's third and short. Can they avoid making that fourth down decision? Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion. They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on fourth down. Absolute shank. Missed it. After the miss, the lead is still 4.
And sometimes I just feel like fourth down, man. Just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss, make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points.
There he goes. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. They'll give it to him again. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Wants to go up top. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. The Knights will try to pin them back with the punt. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. They'll try to put a drive together starting from the 36. Wide receiver comes in motion. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Snowed under right at the line of scrimmage for no gain on the play.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver in different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
The Tar Heels come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. Got it in the middle. It's Shipp. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure it to first down. New set of downs after the completion. Caught behind the line. It's Shipp.
I'll tell you, this slot receiver, he really does give his quarterback a nice option. Runs really good routes. He's got nice hands. You saw it on that last play.
They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. Right back to the well. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild. Guys, we've reached the end of the period, and North Carolina's on top. They're sitting in a strong position here with the lead. Let's take a look at our game summary. They had a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on second down. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. And he'll be smacked to the ground.
These are the ones in the stands where you get booed if it doesn't work. Why would you run the ball on second and long? You stink, OC. Or you get the big applause and you're like, yes, nice job. Keeping the manageable third down situation. Good call. So tough spot to be in second and long. Nice answer, nice run by the running back.
And the Tar Heels pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. To the ground with the back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Goodness gracious, if you blinked, you missed it. Horrible blocking up front. Defender gets in there so fast.
Did he line up in the backfield?
Leaves it with the back. Turning it on! He's all the way down to the 3. An electric run has him set up.
And if this offense can keep that rolling, if they can keep the physical ground game and continue to add these plays up as they go along, long drives, eat the clock with the lead, this coach will be ecstatic.
Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Offense trying to pay it off on second and goal. Trying to slam in. Touchdown, North Carolina! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And that is a drive and a score they absolutely had to have. Now making it a 2-possession game late in this one. It wasn't going to be enough to just play it safe, play it conservative, punt the ball away, and count on your defense. They were aggressive. They mixed it up, but getting that score, that is huge for their win probability now.
And he's going to bring it out. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. So now it's second and long. Off the play fake. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down. Now this offense tries to figure out a way to move the chains after the second down misfire. He hurls one deep down the left side. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down.
Now, I understand the sense of urgency for the offense now because you're trailing here by a lot in the fourth quarter, and you're just trying to take a shot to see if you can get on the board and get some of this momentum back. But the problem is the defense understands.
Oh, he's got some space. And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense not exactly the perfect fourth down call there. The Knights have it with a 1st and 10. He'll keep it himself. Dragged down at the 43, but it's a pickup of 10 on that one. Now it's a first down from the 43-yard line. From the gun, the running back has it.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Quick release by the QB. And look, this guy has some serious moves, and he tried all of them and still didn't get loose. It's third down, and they've got to get it to the 33. From the gun, wants to pass. Blasted as he lets it go. And this is going to be incomplete on third. Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money you just have to make that catch. And that decision will be questioned for a while. One running back in the backfield, and he has it. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. They'll run it out of the shotgun. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
The Tar Heels will call on their punt team. Remember, they took the last punt back for a touchdown. Fair catch is collected at the 24, and that's where they'll start this drive. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. He tries to take the top off. And he's got it inside the 35. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Knights!
And these plays take time to develop. Nice job by the offensive line, buying some time. And how about the quarterback with a great decision? Seeing his receiver start on the left side, come all the way across the formation, get him the football. He does the rest, gets in the end zone for the touchdown.
On the move from inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. And these guys come out feeling some game pressure. Things have tightened up, and they punted it last time they had it. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
I know exactly what I have to do here. Defensively, we've got to get the stop. So we're playing run. We're selling out to run because we're thinking they're going to run the football, and we got 3 timeouts. Let's use them wisely. Let's use those timeouts, save as much clock as we can so our offense has some time on the clock to do some damage when they get the football back.
Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Lopez to pass. And it's incomplete on 3rd down.
I think in this situation, after that incompletion, 4th and short on your side of the field, the smart play is to punt it away and trust your defense.
They have the lead in a 1-possession game, but they're thinking deliver the knockout blow, but this carries big-time risk on 4th down. Grab near the marker is Keys. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense.
And how about this coach, man? Trusting their offense, trusting their guys. You could punt the football away here on 4th down and see if your defense can end this game, but he wanted to end it on offense. He trusted his guys, and that is a huge 4th down conversion late in this football game.
Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. And the Tar Heels have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Oh, they're after him! Couldn't find anyone open here, and he'll live to fight another play. It'll be 3rd down.
I think he's showing you his experience on that decision right there. There was nothing open, so don't try to force it into coverage. You've got the lead. If it's not there, just throw it away. The head coach loves to see his quarterback make that kind of decision.
Nice pickup there. Gets him the 1st down and sets him up at the 45-yard line. 2-minute timeout arrives, and this defense desperately needs to get the football back. The Tar Heels will have it 1st and 10. They want that clock to run. Breaks into the open. And there they go again. Another huge gain on the ground.
And he finally breaks one. They get rewarded. They've been trying to run the football, Palmer, but just haven't had success all day.
Yeah, and the staff never gave up on him, too, right? They kept giving him opportunities, and maybe that's the run that starts to open things up here later in this game for this guy.
From the gun, running back gets to give. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. And the Tar Heels come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. Lopez wants to fire. It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there.
After that incompletion on 3rd and short, it's going to be an interesting decision for the head coach because I know he believes in his guys to go get it here on 4th down and pad the lead, but if you kick a field goal, you make it a 2-possession game here in the second half, and I think that's the right decision.
The Tar Heels will try to run out the clock in this final minute. To the ground, he's got it again. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. He leaves it with his back. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line? And the Tar Heels are in the hurry-up. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot.
And that was an important kick here in the 4th quarter, man. You want to take that touchdown lead, make them have to go the length of the field and score a TD. Nice execution by this offense. Nice job trusting the kicker.
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. Looking to throw on 1st down. Here's a throw downfield late. The pass is incomplete, and 1 second is left. Got to get everybody lined up quickly, time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Trying to make magic with his feet. And they couldn't connect on the deep shot. Let's see if things get worse. There's a flag on the field. Which way is this going to go? This defense happy with how that last play turned out.